Hey guys, it's your boy Wolfie. Now, I've been absolutely addicted to Outriders, ton of fun. Playing a Trickster, I can barely put down the game. The biggest reason why this video hasn't come out sooner is because when the game is open, I just want to play instead of making the video. It's a good problem and a bad problem at the same time. I'm having a lot of fun, but I'm procrastinating. So I'm going to show you guys how I built my Trickster to be able to solo expeditions level 15 and still be useful in group play without having to change a single trait. Alright, hopefully this helps you guys get to tier 15 faster, or even help you guys start building your own path, because this game lets you be creative. It's awesome. Cool, now let's cut the fluff and get straight into the build, right? Okay, so we're using Twisted Rounds, Slow Trap, and Hunt the Prey. Twisted Rounds basically changes your bullets into anomaly damage while giving you more firepower. The reason this is very good is because nobody in the game has more than 15 anomaly resistance, while they can have all the way up to 160 armor, which makes this do just your bullets do instantly more damage purely by making them anomaly damage. The fact that they give you more firepower is also awesome. Now, the way this works is that you will have this increased damage until you reload or until you swap your weapons. So I'm going to show you how we avoid this problem once I get to my items. But for now, let's just go forward. Slow Trap, kind of your defensive ability, kind of your offense ability, and kind of your utility ability. This is your oh crap button. It's going to keep you alive. Most of the things that kill you are because they're either moving too fast or they're bullets just shooting at you while you're pretty squishy. This is fantastic, but it's probably also the ability you skip or change based on if you want to change this build with a similar play style. I personally like it because of some items I have, and it allows me to kill elites like that, while also making a nice protective barrier for my team to get their job done. It makes it easier for them to get headshots, etc. I like it in team play and single play. It's just how I feel about it. There's definitely other options. There's definitely good options. Hunt the Prey, I think you're silly if you play this class without it. It's a really good ability. Every time you dash, you get shields, which helps you be a little more defensive and keeps you alive. And the way that our heal works is that we only get a heal and shield if we're close to the target. This helps with that immensely. This always puts you in a situation where you can get your heal, and it kind of slows everybody that you last for a couple seconds. And there's a mod in the game that increases that time. It's awesome. We'll go into that more later. But yes, I play this class purely because it reminds me of the Vanguard from Mass Effect. I would not be able to play this class without this ability. All right, let's go directly into our class tree. It's pretty simple as to why I picked everything, and I don't know what is happening, but for some reason these close range damage nodes don't really do that much damage. I don't know why. I've seen the 8% weapon damage put out more numbers than this 15% close range damage. I don't know why, it just is. I even seen this 10% armor piercing do more damage than the 15% close. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they don't work correctly. I don't know if they're highly diminishing returns. Whatever it may be, for some reason the other talents gave me more damage. I literally went to the same level, shot the same enemy, changed the talents, and then picked another ones, and the number just went up across the board. If someone can explain to me why that's happening, I don't know, but that'd be awesome. So this is basically what I went through. It's pretty simple. I picked up as much damage as I possibly can while picking up all the cooldown abilities, while picking up the increased weapon damage after use of skills. 2 armor piercing points just because it's the best things I could get. Just pretty simple. You don't really need weapon leech because you don't really do that much weapon damage. You're doing most of your damage from Twisted Rounds, and you're healing from killing things faster. This weapon leech doesn't actually help you. I tried it, it barely heals you. This you have to get because you are mainly a boss killer. You are an elite killer. That is your main job. You are the highest single target DPS that I've seen in the game so far, and it's your job to kill those elites. You also have the mobility to get to them fast and keep them from moving. So yes, this is still your job to kill those elites, and it's probably the most important talent you can have in a group environment with this current build. Obviously, you gotta go to magazine size, and yes, we're using shotguns, right? Cool, it's simple. You guys can use this, you can try something else, and if you guys see something else that's putting out more damage, let me know. I would like to try it. This part is pretty simple. Now, I'm gonna show you how this whole build works, okay? So like I was saying, we're using twisted rounds. I can't reload and I can't swap weapons. So these weapons right here are kinda just to look pretty. They might as well be empty slots. What we're using is this bad boy. It's an automatic shotgun. It allows you to have a shotgun, but it's like an SMG, just with slugs instead. It's fantastic. So I tried a couple weapons, but so far this is the best one I've got. And the reason why it's the best one I've got is because I can not only put Fortress on it, which Fortress is literally amazing. 43% increased damage is fantastic, especially when you have to have some armor because you have to be able to survive. I will get into that later, but I basically have a 43% damage bonus 24/7 with this tier 3 trait on it. Now, its first trait doesn't seem that great. It's like, oh, 210,000 damage every 3 seconds. It's not that bad. But the way that these things work on shotguns is every single pellet has a chance to proc it. So, but it will only proc once per target. So if you go far enough back and you hit like 5 targets during the proc window, 5 meteors will come down. And they can often hit the same target from multiple meteors, and you will randomly see yourself one-shot entire packs of mobs, including elites, from this damage. This is actually a very, very, very cool and good trait that seems very, very easy to miss. It is a fantastic item. I think I'm going to be struggling to find another one that's as good. I think that my best bet is to probably get one that has the Fortress on it, but that shotgun only has 10 shells, and I would go through that way too fast. It wouldn't line up with my dash as well. Having a 20 clip size auto shotgun is kind of like the sweet spot, and you will see it in the gameplay. But yeah, love it. And you're like, wait a second, but why is it tied to your dash? I want to answer that in a second too. Basically, we got this legendary trait on one of the legendary items that every time you teleport, it instantly replenishes the magazine in your current weapon. That is huge, because as you saw before, we have enough cooldown reduction where our Hunt to Prey is a 4.3 second cooldown. I am like 0.2 seconds away of being able to literally just hold left click and be able to teleport before I even run out of ammo. I'm not quite there yet. I have to stagnate my last couple shots just so I can teleport before it reloads, but I'm almost there. So this one right here is probably the most important trait to have to get into the higher tiers, but there are ways around this. There are other traits in the game. There's a trait, I forgot the name of it, you get on weapons that when you kill something at 33% or less of your magazine, it'll replenish your magazine. That's awesome, but from what I've noticed, weapon traits do a lot of damage. A lot of damage. And if you can skip using a weapon trait for an armor trait, that is the desired position to be in, okay? Just from my experience of playing the game. So I prefer to use this. You can also use the proc bleeds, proc toxic, and then have something where when you kill them, it gives you a 40% of your magazine back. That's what I did before I got this legendary, and it worked fine. But this one's by far the best for Trickster. It's so good. And the other good one that you can use in case you don't get that one is they do have something called Ammo Bargain. It's on this legendary specifically. And when you kill things while Twisted Rounds is active, it'll give you 20% of your ammo back, which is great, especially for those targets that are really easy to kill. All the ton of mobs that are around the big elites. It's really good to have this one. Again, a little difficult to find, still a really good item, and it definitely fits perfectly in the build. The next thing we do have, though, is on my helmet. When I activate Slow Trap, it also replenishes my magazine, but it also replenishes my teammates' magazine. So what's happening is I have 2 ways to replenish my ammo just in case something goes wrong. Also, I have this little combo that I do on elites where I dash in, just pretty much unload on them, drop Slow Trap, unload the rest of my clip on them, and dash in again and they're usually dead by that time. It is awesome. It's easy to do. It kills brood mothers in single play. It doesn't kill them in group play. It takes a lot more than that to kill them in group play. If you want to know, group play scales about like 75% more health and damage. It's kind of wild, but that's how it works. Yeah, it's good. Both of those actives mean I never have to reload, and I never have to use anything else revolving reload, because those 2 legendaries solve all my issues. I'm also rocking a 3-piece set for the Trespasser. When you have 3 pieces, people can't die while in the slow trap. That might not sound like much, but it is massive when you start going against some of these difficult enemies. And if you go into Eye of the Storm, because they're really fast and they hit hard, and you are still going to get hit by things, maybe fire, maybe anomaly damage, and having that giant slow time make you and your teammates invulnerable to damage is huge utility. I love it, especially playing with my friends. Feels fantastic. Outside of that, the only thing that I'm going to consider that you 100% need is inflicting vulnerable when you teleport behind enemies, and the cooldown on Hunt the Prey. Let me tell you, getting that as low as cooldown is the most important thing you can do for this build, because being able to dash is what keeps you alive. All right, now that we got all that stuff out the way, let's go to the next most important thing that you probably have to have on every single character: rejuvenation. It is humongous how important like rejuvenation is. Rejuvenation is so good because you are almost always going to have it up. 80% of the time you will have rejuvenation up. It gives you damage and it gives you survivability, all in the same trait. I can't express it enough. You do need survivability on a Trickster. You are in the melee range of enemies. You will get hit. You will take bullet damage. You will get meleeed. And having the survivability is the difference between you randomly getting one shot and having to start the mission over, and you being able to shrug something off with 5% HP, just enough time to kill that small enemy that's going to keep you alive. I also really like life drain, because every time I kill somebody, I'm full HP, rather than I'm potentially 50% HP or 40% HP when I'm killing something. So having that just means I'm constantly full HP whenever I kill something, and I kill things really fast. And that's what kind of keeps me alive, right? Love it. It's fantastic, right? And then we got more firepower. It kind of just came with the item. That's just a really good trait. It's a lot of firepower. It's like 50,000 just for being in close range of 5 enemies. You will dash into 5 enemies. A lot you will dash into 5 enemies. So this is great. Fantastic trait. Not 100% necessary. Fantastic trait. Love the damage. I also really like when you dash into something and it applies a 5-meter slow radius. It might not sound like much, but it will slow everyone that you are dashing into in a giant AoE radius, and it's really useful in keeping you alive, because if they're not slow, they're gonna turn around, punch you in the face, kick you in the balls, whatever it may be. They're not gonna be happy that you are there. So having that on the kit as well makes it way more manageable to play the game, especially when you don't have slow trap. Love both of those. Vulnerable is huge. It's a 25% damage increase for not only you, but everyone else in your party. I think that vulnerability is pretty much a necessity on every single character you play. If you're playing a character in this game and you have something that applies vulnerability, put it on. It is really good damage and you will not regret using it. Trust me, you need this on every character regardless of who you are. It doesn't have to be for this specific skill, whatever specific skill you're thinking about. You just need vulnerable application in some way, shape, or form, or at least in a group. Whoever you guys are focusing, someone has to apply it to the target. It is massive. The other one, the 40% damage reduction, is kind of just useless in my opinion, since you can't die in there anyway. But whatever, it's probably my one wasted trait that I wish I could replace, but this chest piece is so good. And it's a 3-piece set, so it's just kind of hard to replace this. You're not gonna have everything perfect, right? You have to mix match something at least, right? And then another thing we have, I put damage absorber on there just to have a little bit more survivability. I noticed the difference between having this and not having this, so I highly suggest using it. It's a really good way to just be tanky off the gate, just right in the start of the game. Really nice. I suggest it. And if this is not the best one, find whatever one is best for you. That's pretty much what I use on my build, and it's actually really fun to play. I'm pretty much just dashing around, killing things really fast, and I'm just gonna let the video rock for a little bit at the end of the video, and you guys can see how it performs and judge for yourself. There are plenty of builds in this game. This game allows you to pretty much build however you want. So this might not be the build you're running. That you might not even like this build, but I will encourage you to do whatever you can, because that's what makes this game enjoyable. The fact that if you want to play a tanky trickster, you can play a tanky trickster. If you want to blink around the backline and do 1,000,000 damage, you can do that. If you want to play utility trickster, you can. You do that for any class. This is just a reference point to help you guys get to your own thing, or if you want to get to 15 as fast as you can. I know this works, and I know this can get you there, and it's not hard to scale, and there are many workarounds around not having the legendaries for this build. Maybe not so much for the other builds. All right, guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the little notification bell to know when we post more videos. Smash that like button. And please, I cannot say this enough, but please leave a comment. I would love to know what you guys think. I would love to know what you guys are using. Tell me what kind of build you guys are rocking. Tell me about how my build doesn't work for you, or like workarounds for my build, or whatever. Just let me know how you guys feel. Let me know if you guys like the video, whatever it may be. I would love to read what you guys say, and I would love to respond. If commenting isn't instant enough for you and you would like a more instant response, feel free to stop by my Twitch channel. I stream 6 days a week between 12 a.m. and 6 a.m. I've been playing mostly Smite. I have been playing a lot of Outriders, and I play WoW on Mondays. Feel free to stop by and ask Outrider questions or any game questions, or in any game I play. You are not interrupting. You are not out of line. Feel free to ask anything at any point. I am more than happy to answer any question on the stream, or follow me on Twitter and @ me. Again, I have no problem answering there. You can also join my Discord. It's open for everyone. It's not just my subs, right? You guys can join and talk to me there. There's plenty of ways to say hi or ask me any questions. I respond to as many of them as I can. Anyway, you guys have a good day. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. Deuces, my friends. Okay, so there is a little small thing I would like to point out before we continue this. There will be situations where you will run out of ammo before you're able to dash. Make sure you do not reload, because if you do reload, you will lose your twisted rounds. The way that you stop a reload that's happening is to use an ability which should be coming off cooldown a few seconds after you use all your ammo. You have to dash in and then melee. It only cancels if you do 2 actions. It won't cancel if you do only 1. So make sure you do 2. You will see it happen multiple times in the gameplay video, but by all means, enjoy.